And welcome on into another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, Baseball Edition. I'm Terry, joined by Bryant beside me, Nathan down below, Nick beside him. And we are ready to break down some baseball here. Eddie says, let's get this party started. We are started. Play ball. Turns the music. Yeah, it's elevator music, but it's baseball music, so it works. Fourth Lake, awesome. Thanks, Occupancy. Let's just jump right in the first game here. It's starting in just around half hour here. The Rangers with Dunning on the mound, plus 184, are in Toronto, minus 220. Gosman is on the mound there. I'll get that typed in here. A total of 9 in this one. I like the Jays. Yesterday was just an amazing game. I will be honest. After it was 7-0, I kind of did think, okay, the emotions were too much for the first game, and it's a loss. Then all of a sudden they scored a run. They had bases loaded, no outs. So I live bet them plus 245. I just when I saw them loading the bases like that, I just had this feeling. I'm like, okay, they're coming back here. They're going to win this, and they did. And the fact that they even covered the run line when they were down 7-0 is just amazing. So today, obviously, a new game. I expect the pitching to be a bit better here than it was yesterday. Barrios was just like he got off to like absolutely horrible, the worst possible start you could have to start a season. So that was a rough start for him. We'll see what happens here. I'm on the Jays run line again, and I'm also on the Jays team total over 5.5 plus 100. I see runs here again. I see a high scoring game. Yeah, that's what I like. Bryant, what do you think here? Rangers and Blue Jays.
Well, like you said, I had the Jays yesterday, and that was a very, very horrible start. I literally just clicked off. I just chalked it up as a loss because he just couldn't get an out. Barrios could not get an out, and it looked bad. And then they obviously got him out of there, and things started turning real quickly. And as a Yankees fan, I know all too well about how potent that Jays offense is, and so they came back. Obviously, today's a new day. Gosman is making his first start in Toronto. I liked him last year. He helped me out quite a bit. I don't know how he's going to perform. New digs and new environment and stuff like that. I'm going to go with the Jays to win the game. But I think the best bet out of this particular game, I think I'm just going to go with the Jays team total over. I'm not sold on any of the Rangers pitchers, and I will fade them until they show me otherwise. So that Jays team total looks very appealing. So that's where I'll go in this particular game.
Awesome, I love it. Nathan, welcome on in. Your Texas Rangers are facing my Blue Jays. What do you think is going to happen today?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see the same thing we saw last year. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we're going to see what we saw last game. The Rangers are in a rebuild, and they got a couple bats paid for them. Couldn't get any pitching. Bullpen's still a big question mark. So any team that's a big favorite that can hit and they've got a decent bullpen, they're still in it. We saw it yesterday. Up 7-0, Rangers could swing the bat. That's what my best bet was, team total over 3.5. They can swing the bat. They went and bought bats, but they don't have any pitching. So I will continue to be on that bus of fading pitching, and Rangers are going to have to win shootouts. So I'm also going to be on overs until we start getting overs, 12s, 13s. I'm going to be riding that train till it stops. I think it's going to be all year.
All right. Nick, what do you think here? Texas and Toronto.
Yeah, a team I cashed with pretty nicely last night. I had the team total with the Blue Jays. That's something I'm going to look to ride throughout the whole season. We know this offense for the Blue Jays is one of, if not potentially the best in baseball. And I had the run line as well. Never in doubt, never doubted it. I mean, it was easy money, no sweat run line with the Blue Jays there, as I say sarcastically. Yeah, I like the Blue Jays in this spot again. I took their team total over in the spot. I think they put up at least 6. And I usually don't like team total over 5.5, but I have a few of those today. So
awesome. Yeah, pitching may take some time to get going here in the early on. We'll go on here to the next game. Miami Lopez is in San Francisco facing Rodon, which I'll have to type in as well. For some reason, I forgot some of these home teams. Plus 130 for the Marlins, minus 154 for the Giants in this one. I don't like betting things at minus 154. Like I don't really want to bet that singly. That's kind of out of my price range. So what I like to do in a game like this, I have San Francisco in a parlay with the New York Mets. So San Francisco money line, New York Mets money line is plus 184. So I have a half unit on that. I like parlaying some of these money lines together and just 2-teamers to get better value, especially if I'm not interested in taking run lines this early. There are some situations I'll do it, but there are other situations like this one where I could see it kind of being a close game. So I like San Francisco to win. I just would rather take it in a parlay. Bryant, what do you think here? Marlins and Giants.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like the idea of this just as a single, as like a single bet. Put this in a parlay. I have one actually with the Giants winning. I've got the Giants, the team total over, and or the F5 total for the Angels later. A couple other picks as well onto that. I like Rodon. I think he's a pretty solid pitcher. He has some inconsistency sometimes with walks and stuff like that. I think, though, the best bet in this is some variation on the F5 under. Rodon's a pretty good pitcher. If he's on, he's on. But also, Pablo Lopez pitched his tail off last year. He was part of that mix with Alcantara. They were just both really good pitchers. They play on a team that has no offense, and the Marlins didn't get any noticeably or any better noticeably, I guess, offensively. Obviously that was Soler, but I don't really think that moves the needle too much for me. So I'm going to go with this F5 under for the total for the game, and that's going to be my pick for it.
Awesome. Yeah, I cashed on it yesterday. It was about 3.5, and I got the under on that. And that was a little bit sweaty there. It's 3-0, and I'm just like, So it's up to you. And I would lean with it today as well, but I didn't get to it because that experience yesterday was just a little. But yeah,
I also just don't think that the Giants are as offensively as good as they were last year. Lost a couple pieces. I think Chris Bryant leaving was pretty significant. He played really well for them last year. So they hit well once they got into the bullpen. But obviously, I expect both these pitchers to at least make it through 5 or 6. So yeah, let's just run with that.
All right, Nick, what do you think here? Marlins and Giants.
Yeah, I got to that first 5 under. I got it at 4 around minus 120. I like both these pitchers. I like this rotation that the Miami Marlins have with Alcantara and Trevor Rogers and Pablo Lopez and Sixto Sanchez. This is going to be a good pitching team. It's going to be one of those. I think that the Miami Marlins are similar to the Cleveland Guardians, where their pitching is going to keep them in games, but their offense is going to struggle a little bit here. I lean towards the Marlins in this spot. I like this Marlins team. I think that they're going to be a sneaky dog for most of the year. And they're a team that, honestly, if I didn't go and bet the under here, I'd probably be on the Marlins in this spot at the plus 130 price tag. I think that's a really nice price there for the Marlins. I don't think the Giants are going to be as good as they were last year. I think I definitely expect some regression from them. So it's a lean towards the Marlins as a dog for me, but I got to the first 5 under.
Good play.
Awesome. I like it. Occupancy is joining us. Welcome on in.
Hey,
What's going on,
Nathan
guys?
probably lost reception because it looks like he's out. I'm not exactly sure where he is, but I saw in the group chat that he's seems to be out and about there in the wilderness or something. So that could be explain his connection. But occupancy, welcome in. Welcome on in. We talked Texas, Toronto, and we just finished Miami and San Fran. Do you have any thoughts on those 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, we're early in the season. Thanks for having me on the show. It's good to be here. Yeah, just Texas is a team I'm looking to fade right now in the beginning of the season. If you check out, the money line wager results from last season, you were one of the most profitable if you had just faded them every game. So I'll be looking to do the same thing today. I'd like that team total over you guys were saying, and that'll probably end up making my card for this one.
Awesome. And Miami and Giants, any thoughts here?
Yeah, we talked a little bit in the beginning of the season about Miami, and I think they're going to be a bet on team, and I'm not sure about today. I kind of like Lopez here. I think he's got something to prove. But at the same time, I'm not going to lay out too much cash for this one right now. So maybe not an official play, but maybe just like a personal on Miami or something.
All right. Now we'll move on along to the third game here. The Mets, Bassett, minus 148, are in Washington facing Adon, I believe.
Adon.
Yeah. Plus 125. A total of 9.5 in this one. This Mets team off to a 2-0 start. I backed them both wins, and I'm going right back to it here again. I don't see any reason not to. Bassett was very good the last 2 years. He was very good. I don't know much about Adon here. He hasn't really played very much, but the Mets roster is just overall better than the Nationals, and I like the Mets here. But minus 148, I kind of like with my prices. I kind of like minus 130 is kind of the lowest I really want to go. I like having things priced better. So I do have this with San Francisco, the Mets and San Francisco money line, which is plus 184 for the Mets and the Giants. So I have that. But other than that, nothing in this one. But I would back the Mets here. Maybe even the run line. They've been pretty good. Bryant, what do you think here, Mets and Nationals?
Yeah, I'm with you. Obviously, as you can see by my background and my hat, I am a Yankees fan. I'm not a believer in the Mets just yet. I'm not, because I'm not trying to rile up anyone. I need to see it a little bit more. So I will back them. Obviously, if like DeGrom or Scherzer's on the mound, McGill did a pretty good job, all things considered. But yeah, I'm not really too sure about this team just yet. Negative 154 is kind of spicy for me, so I'm gonna stay away from it. But if I had to pick, I would definitely go with the Mets here. I just think they're just an overall better team, obviously, than Nationals. I mean, the lineup kind of shows it. I'm just not into betting on them, too consistently yet. So, but I lean the Mets here, definitely.
All right. Occupancy, Mets and Nationals. Any thoughts here?
Well, I was going to ask you guys, if a team takes the first 2 in a series, and you were able to profit on the first 2, do you step away on that third or fourth usually, or you just keep going back?
I keep riding the hot hand.
Keep riding it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just getting used to like those 3-4 game series and stuff like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, then in this way, just looking towards the Mets side, my best bet on the show yesterday was Mets run line minus 1.5, and yeah, I mean, we're looking like a nice plus 115 for that today. If we don't trust John Adon, Could be a good look. Nothing too, not too interested right now in this game though.
All right, that's totally fine.
But yeah.
Nick, your Mets are in National or in Washington again. Are they going to get their third win?
Yeah, this is not a good Nationals team this year. I expect them to finish last in the National League East. I'd be shocked if they win 65 games. Adon, I think he threw a couple of games last year. He wasn't very good. I have him projected as one of the worst pitchers on that roster, which says a lot for the Nationals because this is not a good pitching roster either. The Nationals have one of the worst bullpens in the major leagues. The Mets actually have a much improved bullpen here. According to Fangraphs, they are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the MLB. We're looking at the Nationals at 29th. So these are too bad, or this is a bad bullpen compared to an actually decent bullpen with the Mets now. They've definitely made improvements there. Offensively, the Mets are a team that's going to start to score runs again. I like this lineup that the Mets have. Yeah, I've cashed on them both the first game and the second game, and I'm not going to stop now. I'm probably going to have them tomorrow as well to sweep this series because I think the Mets take care of business in this one.
All right, I like it. We'll move on here to the fourth game. The Dodgers are in Colorado facing the Rockies. It'll be Gonsolin versus Marquez here. Total of 11.5 in this one. The Dodgers, I was on them yesterday. It looked kind of not. I wasn't too nervous, but it kind of looked like a little bit of a rough start for them there. But they scored 5 runs. I looked and it was 2-0 Colorado, and then all of a sudden I look. I don't know how long it was after that, but it was 5-2 for the Dodgers. So
yeah. They did that all in like the third inning.
Yeah, so they're like Toronto where they have an offense that can just explode at any time. In this one, minus 156 for the Dodgers. I went right back to the same parlay I did yesterday. Blue Jays and Dodgers money line, plus 146. So I'm on that one. I was on that yesterday, and I'm going to be on that a lot this year. Parlaying the Dodgers and the Blue Jays money lines together. Will be a popular bet for me. Plus 146. I love it. So that's all I got to in this one with the Dodgers. I parlayed them with the Jays. Bryant, any thoughts here? Dodgers and Rockies?
Yeah, I'm definitely on this game. I love the Dodgers offense. They're playing the Rockies. We all know the baseball betting will tell you that when it comes to the Rockies and cores, and you got a high octane offense like the Dodgers, you got to look at the overs, team total overs. I'm just going to parlay obviously the run line with a couple other picks. I'm going to go parlay that with the Braves to win the game as well. That's definitely dicey, but I expect the Dodgers to take care of business. Marquez is very, very inconsistent. He'll have games where he'll throw up 10 Ks, give you 7 innings, and then other times last year he wouldn't make it out of the third and give up 8 runs. This Dodgers offense got better. I didn't really think it was possible, but they did get better when they added Freeman. As you saw yesterday, they put up 5 runs in an inning, erased a 2-0 deficit like it was nothing. I'm riding the Dodgers heavy this year, especially these team totals and these run lines, especially against like just noticeably worse teams. There's no value on the money line. You're never going to get good value on the money line with the Dodgers as they're constructed, it basically seems, unless they play an upper echelon team. So give me Dodgers run line here.
All right, I like it. Occupancy, Dodgers and Rockies. Any thoughts here?
You guys covered this one for me here. I'm on the Dodgers side as well. And just, looking, I'm going to go straight or parlay, but nothing else really to add on this one. You guys said it.
All right, Nick?
Yeah, this may sound like a surprising comment with this one, though, but I do like the Dodgers. I took them on the run line, but I like Gonsolin as one of my favorite pitchers to back on the Dodgers here. Because when he is on the mound and it's not a Clayton Kershaw or Julio Urias or Walker Buehler, it's not one of the big name starters, you're going to get a much better price with him. And I looked at his stats today. He has a lifetime 2.85 ERA. Like, he's not a bad pitcher. And just because he's not one of these big name guys, people sleep on him. And I see value in backing him when he does pitch. So I'm on the Dodgers run line here. It's only minus 110 when I bet it. When usually if this was Kershaw or this was Bueller, this would be a minus 130, minus 135. But we all know that Gonsolin knocks off the price for whatever reason. I think he's just as good as those guys, and he just gets slept on a little bit here. So he doesn't go as far into games. He'll give you a good 4 or 5 innings. But he's somebody definitely that I want to back when with the Dodgers when he does pitch, because you're going to get a much better value when he is on the mound than any of the others. So Dodgers run line here for me. It's going to be a play I ride most of the year.
Okay.
Awesome. Cardinals just tied it up.
Yep.
I'm super happy about that. It did not look good. Pittsburgh had bases loaded, but they only scored 1. And so games are going on right now. We'll jump right into the last game here, and then we'll do our last pitch segment where anybody has anything in the final games they want to talk about quick, and then we'll get to best bets. Final game here is Houston is in LA. Verlander versus Syndergaard. Minus 116 for the Astros, minus 102 for the Angels, a total of 8.5 in this one. I chose this game, but I don't really have too much opinion on it. I think it's going to be a really interesting game to watch. I'm kind of tempted at the my book has a either team to win by 1. So like for this game to be within 1, and either team can win. Kind of thinking that because I think this is going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. But then again, these pitchers, we haven't seen them in a while, so what can we expect for them? But I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. So maybe first 5. I'd have to look at the price at that. But I think this is going to be a really interesting game. Bryant, any thoughts here? Astros and Angels?
Yeah, I'm actually that was going to be one of my parlay pieces. I'm going to go with the Angels over 1.5 runs at 5. It was a pretty good buy on there. I think it was like 180 or negative 180. In regards, obviously, it's a parlay piece, so you're mixing and matching it with some other things. I think that Verlander is not what he once was, and he's still going to be a very good pitcher for the Astros going forward. But I also think I'm taking that simply because the Angels are just due. They've been getting bullied these first 2 games. They got Mike Trout, Shohei, Rendon, Jared Walsh. Like at some point or another, they've got to just have a game where they kind of just flex out. And I think it might come today. I'm hoping it's going to come today against Verlander. He didn't pitch too deep into games during spring training. Dusty's been on record saying that he's going to monitor his pitch count and stuff for these first couple of months. I just think this is it's a matter of just believing in the Angels' offensive capabilities more than anything else. So I'm just going to go with them to at least knock in 2 runs over the first 5 innings. If that's it, and I'm cool with it. But I think one of the main 2, specifically the MVP candidates, is going to have a game. And I'm leaning towards them to get this Angels over 1.5 runs for the F5. So I'll parlay it with some other pieces as well. But that's my pick there. And if I had to pick a winner, I'm going to say that it's going to probably be the Astros. They just haven't shown anything to kind of pick against them otherwise. But I do like the Angels to at least show themselves a lot better offensively than they had.
All right. Rasim asks here quickly, would we on Caps versus Pens? Because that game does start soon. Yeah, I'm on the over 6.5, and I'm also on the draw plus 340.
Oh, you got to 6.5?
Yeah.
That game? Oh, wow. I got it at 6.
It bumped up. It bumped up overnight.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't bet it till like earlier on in the afternoon, but yeah, 6.5 in the draw. Brian, anything for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Is Crosby playing? Did we know?
He's on the ice. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna back the Pens to get out this funk, and yeah, that's my pick there. Just keep it simple. Pens at home. Just ride with them.
It is a baseball show, but we like to answer everyone's questions. So, Occupancy, any thoughts here quickly? Are you on anything here?
Yeah, I'm just going to stalemate the public. I like the Pens in this one, but I'll wait for the first period to be over to see if I get a better price or like a team total 2.5 or something for the Pens. Yeah.
Awesome, Nick.
I'm on the over, and I lean towards the team total over with the Pens as well. As an Islanders fan, I want the Pens to win this game as well.
Of course. All right. Last pitch. Basically, I don't have anything in the games that we haven't talked about. I do have as I said, the Cardinals and the Rays. I have bets on those, but they've obviously been playing for a bit now. And then I have the Blue Jays. I'll go over my 4 parlays: Tampa money line and Kansas City money line, which of Tampa's obviously already started. St. Louis and Toronto. Toronto and the Dodgers, and San Francisco and New York Mets. So those are my 4 2-game parlays. Brian, anything else on the card you want to talk about here?
Yeah. My best bet is going to be the Phillies 5-inning spread. I think the Phillies offense is awesome. I like all the players that they have on that roster, especially in the meat of that lineup. I don't think the Athletics are going to scrape 60 games this year in terms of wins. I think it's just they're bad now, like very bad. And it's crazy how like in a matter of 6-7 months that they just completely fell off the face of the earth as a team. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Phillies to jump out here. Right-handed bats, they're gonna basically throw the same lineup at Kyle Gibson, I'm sure, as they did against Aaron Nolan. Gibson is really good against right-handed hitters, and conversely, Cole Irvin struggles against righties, which you got Realmuto, Juan Segura, Castellanos as well. All righties for the Phillies. I think they're rolling. The offense is going to carry them for a lot of games. I don't know what the pitching is going to do, but Gibson's good enough. He pitched really well last year up until he got traded, and then he got dicey for a little bit. But I think he's good enough to give you a solid 6 innings today, and the offense will do the rest. So that's going to be my best bet. And my dog of the day, I'm going to go with the Guardians.
We'll get to those.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get to those. This is just like the last anything else.
Cool.
Occupancy. Anything about the other games we didn't talk about? You want to say?
Yeah. The only game that I do like tonight, Houston, LA, Angels. I was checking out Verlander's career logs here, and he had that great season in 2019. But then last year he didn't get the games, and then kind of the years before he's sort of been what he was. So I just kind of think this is one of those situations where I could get in and get out quick with the Angels money line in the first 5, push if it's tied, and then get some runs in. So similar angle to Bryant, and I like the Angels in that one, and that's it for me.
All right, Nick. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just looking through the games to see if there's any we didn't touch on. Yeah, I'm gonna be right with Bryant there with the Phillies. That's my big play of the day. That's my big team of the day. Which as a Mets fan hurts to say that the Phillies are my favorite play today. I tripled up on them. I got them first 5 run line, full game run line, and the team total over. I expect this to be another one similar to yesterday where they win the game like 9-3 or something along those lines. So Phillies are a team I'm going to look to back team total overs with. I love their lineup offensively. Is very talented. Looking at it, you have hitters like, I'm trying to get up this lineup. I believe it's confirmed to their lineup for today. Why is it not showing me the Phillies? Where's the Phillies? There it is. Schwarber, Hoskins, Harper, Castellanos, Realmuto, Gregorius, Vierling, and Stott. And I think Stott's going to be a good little rookie there. He got his first RBI yesterday. And I love that top of the lineup. That there's so much power and talent on there. So I think the Phillies take care of business in that one. And then with that Astros game, I took the Astros in the first 5 innings. And I lean towards an over in that game. Huh? Yeah. Because you asked about the Pens.
Penguins shoot, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I always do that. I apologize.
Yeah. So I'm on the Astros in the first 5. I like the Astros in the first game. That was Tim and I's best bet that day. And I think the Astros get it done again today. I lean towards an over because I think this line's maybe a little bit too low. With the people seeing who the pitchers are with Syndergaard and Verlander and think, oh, these guys are just going to duel it out. These guys haven't pitched in a few years. I want to see what they're going to do first. So I would lean towards an over in this game, an Astros team total maybe. But I like the Astros first 5 more than anything.
Awesome. I will bring up the standings here. Pretty darn good. Everybody is in the green here. Basically, everyone. It's 25-2 start to the show, so it's been absolutely awesome. We'll start with dog of the day. I'll scroll over here. I did not choose a dog of the day. There's not really any that I like. Nick, you didn't choose any. Is there one you like now? Still none?
No, because I think the only dog I liked today is already playing. So yeah, no. Yeah, I like Baltimore's team total. Other than that, I didn't really get to many dogs today. I got the Seattle first 5, which is already being played, and all my other stuff is a bunch of favorites tomorrow or tonight.
All right. Tim didn't choose one either. Occupancy, you went with Miami.
Yeah, I really just because I think Pablo Lopez has something to prove, and he may not be in the league a lot longer if he doesn't. So he's got to start well here.
All right. Nathan has bad connection, but he didn't choose. He didn't choose a dog. Bryant, is there a dog that you like today to win?
Yeah. As I was gonna say before, I'm gonna go with the Guardians. I have a very low confidence in this pick. I'm simply backing them because fading Keller worked really well for me last year. Until he proves to me otherwise, I'm going to hop back on there. I don't really think that the Guardians have enough offense. But Fremont Reyes, Ramirez, they got some other Miles Straw, obviously, as well. That top of the lineup can do a little things. I'm hoping that Plesac, pitched a little bit better than he had. Both pitchers struggled. I think that it might be a safer bet to just go on the over, because they both did struggle last year. But I think ultimately I trust the Guardians top 4 to help get things done, and so that's where I'm going to head. I got it at plus 105. So like I said, it's very light, but I'll sprinkle some on the Guardians money line and ride out with Cleveland.
Awesome. Over under, I didn't choose one today. I did not get to one. Nick, you went with Miami, San Francisco, first 5 under 4.
Yep.
Tim went with Cleveland, Kansas City, under 8.5. Occupancy, you went with Cincinnati, Atlanta, first 5 over 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bryant, is there one that you like?
That was mine as well.
The Cincinnati?
Yeah, the Cincinnati, Atlanta,
First 5?
at 5 over 5. They've scored 22 runs in 2 games. Come on. And we're now on each team's third guy in the rotation. Kyle Wright he pitched marginally decent at some points last year. Vladimir Gutierrez was also pretty solid at some points, but they're both young guys, very inconsistent. There's no real rhyme or reason to believe that they're just going to come out here and twirl gems. And the lineups are still they're pretty good offensive lineups. And just going with the trends, the bullpens have kind of struggled. The Braves are a little bit banged up back there as well. So I think this could be a game that's it has 7 or 8 runs in the first five innings. So I'm gonna ride with that Cincy ATL first 5 over 5.5.
Awesome. And then best bets, best parlay pieces. I'm going Toronto Blue Jays team total over 5.5 plus 100. My parlay piece is going to be the Mets plus 1.5. Nick, you went with Philadelphia minus 1.5. Also plus 100. And you went Philadelphia money line as your parlay piece. Tim went with Houston LA over 8.5 as his best bet. The Mets money line as his parlay piece. Occupancy went with Angels first 5 inning money line, and Atlanta team total over 3.5 as your parlay piece. Nathan went with Texas Toronto over 9.5. Did not give his parlay piece before his internet was cut out. So I'm going to allow it. Normally, each person has to give a best bet and best parlay piece, but internet issues, what can you do? So I'll allow his best bet in. Brian, you're going Philadelphia first 5 run line. Do you have odds for that?
Yes. That first 5 spread run line is going to be -135.
All right. And parlay piece?
Yeah. My parlay piece is going to be that Angels over 1.5 runs for the F5 as well. Like I said, I believe that these teams are going to score some runs, and I think part of it is I just believe in Shohei and Mike Trout and Rendon to just figure it out, get some runs up on the board early, reverse things. Yeah, so
Awesome.
and that one was at -1. It went down now. I got it at -180. So it trends downward. So you should be able to get a bigger buy on it. It's -160. So
All right. Yeah, parlay piece odds. It's ranked by win loss.
okay.
But still, that's pretty good odds. That's pretty good odds, definitely, for a parlay piece. But that is it. That is the show. If you want to find anybody's Twitter link, it'll be in the description of this video. If you want to come on and talk baseball with us, definitely looking for some more people as well. So hit me up on Twitter. The Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Twitter is also on the channel in the link in the description of the video. Best of luck to everybody. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like the content. And we will see you on Monday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Baseball Edition. And the hockey show will be on in around an hour and a half. So best of luck tonight, guys. And we'll see you again. Thanks, guys.
Later.